What does it really mean to move from scarcity to overflow? The Neville Goddard Way. It means awakening to the realization that scarcity has never been about the absence of money, but about the presence of disbelief in your own creative power. It means understanding that lack is not an external condition, but an inner assumption silently shaping your outer world. It means shifting from the question, "How will I get it?" to the declaration, "I already have it within me." It is the profound inner reversal where you stop reacting to appearances and begin creating from imagination, the only true cause. It is when you stop measuring wealth by numbers and start measuring it by consciousness, knowing that life must mirror the state you occupy. It is the recognition that scarcity is only a mental picture, replayed through doubt, fear, and comparison, while overflow is a picture painted by faith, gratitude, and inner knowing. It is where you stop treating imagination as fantasy and start treating it as fact, the very foundation of all that is seen. It is where the invisible becomes more real to you than the visible, and the world bends accordingly. It is when you no longer chase opportunities, because you have become the vibration that opportunities chase. It is when you recognize that money is only one expression of abundance, but the true overflow is a state of mind that draws all good things toward it effortlessly. It is when your inner conversations stop being filled with worry and start echoing certainty, gratitude, and quiet power. It is when you stop living from a place of getting and begin living from a place of giving, knowing that giving is proof of having. It is when you no longer ask the world to change, because your assumption of wealth is the change the world must reflect. It is when you stop being the beggar at the door of life and become the master of your own invisible kingdom. It is when you understand that to move from scarcity to overflow is not about earning more, but being more in consciousness. It is when you realize that God, imagination, and supply are one and the same, flowing through you as a single creative stream. It is when you recognize that every limitation you see is the shadow of an unexamined belief, and that belief can be rewritten in an instant. It is when your feeling of abundance precedes its physical expression, for the inner state always leads the outer form. It is when your mind ceases to argue for lack, because your spirit now sings of completion. It is when you finally see that overflow is not what you attract, but what you are when you awaken to your divine imagination. Now imagine what happens when this understanding becomes your natural state. When you walk through life, no longer haunted by the fear of not enough, but filled with the quiet certainty of endless supply.